All right, Chelsea, thanks so much for taking the time out of your busy day to connect with me and kind of go through your experience in the program. So maybe do a little bit of, name, intro, a little bit about you.
Yeah, sure. I'm Chelsea, and I am a mom of five. And then I'm also a nurse, but I work from home. So life is busy. Um, yeah, I mean, that's really
Those are two
about
huge
it.
things. Yeah, full time mom, full time wife, full time nurse. That's an intense schedule right there for
Yeah.
sure. What were your kind of your goals coming into the program?
So initially, my short term goal was, I mean, if we're talking just like logistics, right?
Sure.
Was I want to lose 20 pounds because I want to feel better, right? 20 pounds
Sure.
is a lot of weight that I could feel better. But most importantly, my ultimate goal was to start creating the healthier habits
Yeah.
long term. And that was my main goal because I know if you create those habits, then over a long period of time of consistency, majority consistency, I
Sure.
should say, then that's when the weight is going to fall off eventually.
Totally.
So yeah,
Yeah, and I really enjoyed your thought process behind that of developing the habits and kind of that lifestyle for continued success and not just like in the short term, you know, too focused in on just like the one goal of weight loss and then once we get there it's like okay now what are we going to do type of a thing. I really like that you always had that mentality of okay this is going to be a lifestyle, a consistency, a habits type of thing, which was really awesome.
yeah.
um, Kind of before, what was kind of your relationship with nutrition, with your health, like that type of stuff?
Not great. It wasn't good. Like if you think of the all or nothing, I was
Sure.
in the nothing category. I just was kind of
Okay.
like surviving because I had a baby 6 months ago,
Sure.
and it was number five, and I was like comfortable before I had this baby. Not to say she ruined things because she's the best ever,
She's so cute.
but I had all my kids were in school, and life was getting a little bit easier as far as my day to day.
Mm-hmm.
Independent kids, they were at school while I worked majority of the day. Things were getting a little bit easier. However, I feel like, I mean, things were still busy, of course, but I feel like when things get a little more comfortable, you get complacent with other things. And
Sure.
I was not focusing on my health in any way, shape, or form. It was just, and then finally, I just woke up one day and I'm just had enough. Like I'm tired of feeling tired. I'm
Yeah.
tired of being tired. Um, so yeah, it wasn't good beforehand for sure.
And
Yeah.
what started to shift as we kind of went through it with the coaching, the videos, nutrition plan, and workouts and things like that.
Well, what intrigued me about your program and your approach was that not only did you conform it to like my individual needs, but I realized that like I can create healthy habits and also live my life.
Yeah.
And not be like stressed about because I've done prepackaged meals and I've done other diets, restrictive diets,
Mm-hmm.
um, and they in the past they have worked for me at that particular stage in my life.
Yeah.
This stage of my life right now, I feel like um, mentally the restriction just did not do well for me. So
Sure.
that's why I was intrigued by your approach because I realized that I could eat the cake. I could work it into my goals and
Mm-hmm.
my personal plan. And even if it went a little outside of my personal goals, I didn't. I learned how to like not beat myself up about it and
Yeah.
just get on hop back on the next day, or be intentional about that choice.
Sure.
More importantly,
Yeah.
so that's really what shifted, and then not beating myself up over, you know, having a goal of 3 workouts and only getting 2, or
Sure.
Understanding that sometimes life doesn't always allow you to put yourself first. I mean, I know it's important, but when you're a mom of five, sometimes that's just reality. Like,
Yeah,
yes, I can take care of myself, but I can't neglect other parts of my life
for sure.
either. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and I like what you said about doing things, intentionally, and even if it's the choice of, oh, I'm going to eat this cake, and I'm going to do that intentionally, and I'm going to enjoy it to its fullest, and that's part of my, part of the program, and part of that is then enjoying that and not, like you said, not beating yourself up or feeling guilty, because then with the guilt, then there comes, an increase in restriction, and then there's these negative emotions, and then we're going about it not the right way. And so I really like that. So things started to shift, it seems like, mentally with how you thought about food and workouts and kind of taking care of yourself. What were some other like results that you got throughout the program?
The actual results I got, I think I lost 12 and a half pounds and 3 inches on my waist, which
Yeah.
is a huge deal because I felt, even though it's not huge numbers, I feel like in 4 months, like that just shows that consistency. And if I have, a 50-pound weight loss goal overall or whatever it may be, if I if it's slow and steady, like I'm okay with that while I can
Yeah.
live my life.
Yeah.
And there were times in the beginning that I got a little discouraged with myself, like I'm doing everything right. Like why isn't it falling off? When I realized sometimes it's stress related. Sometimes I wasn't sleeping the best. I have a
Yeah.
newborn, so I mean she's not really a newborn, she's 6 months old, but she's still a baby.
Still the
Um,
sleep thing
and
is
you realize there are a lot more factors that go into weight loss or um, other than the food you eat. I mean,
for sure.
obviously that's one, but there are a lot of other factors. So I just I know that I've been able to create those habits to create long-term health and just keep going and not get discouraged if it's not a 5-pound weight loss every week,
Right.
because that's not feasible for a long period of time unless you're drastically
Sure.
restricted.
Yeah. And I like what you said about still enjoying your life. Like you were able to accomplish those, statistical goals, if you will, but still enjoyed it. And we always talked about like, is what you're doing right now something that you can maintain and consistently do long term? And you were like, yeah, for sure, because I don't feel like I'm restricting too hard or, having to kill myself in the gym type of a thing. It's very a maintainable thing, which, like you said, if you can do that, maintainable, and it's not too terrible, then you can get to your goals in a controlled and enjoyable way.
Right.
For sure, I like that. Um, so, what would you say to somebody that's maybe a little bit on the fence if they should, kind of take that leap of faith and work with me?
I mean, I would say everybody has their own needs, and you really showed me that. I was a little worried because not worried. That's not the right way. I was a little the word. I'm
Hesitant?
looking for. Yeah, a little. Yeah, a
Sure.
little apprehensive
Hmm.
because I thought initially, like, if I was going to sign up, that not necessarily you're going to be a drill sergeant, but I was afraid that you were going to judge me if I made a mistake.
Sure.
And that was probably, and we know each other outside of this
Yeah.
coaching.
Yeah.
And I didn't want it to be like awkward or weird or feel like I was letting you down in any way. But you never shamed me or you never made me feel like guilty when I confessed or, said, yeah, my nutrition wasn't really great this week.
Yeah.
Or no, I only got 2 workouts in this week or whatever it may be. But I feel like if you trust in the process, and I felt like I confided in you when I needed to, and you made adjustments when we felt like it was necessary also.
Yeah.
Just trust the process I guess, is the best thing, and like just do it. I think the best part of working with you is that you did conform to my personal needs and my schedule. When I said that I couldn't work out right away, like I just mentally couldn't put that on my plate. You were like, okay, we're gonna work with it.
Yeah.
And you were patient, and you weren't. I don't know. Like there have been times where it seems like it has to be all or nothing. When this is just kind of a medium. You know, do what you can as long as you're progressing,
Yeah.
right? So I don't know. Your health is not a destination. Once you get to that goal, you don't stop,
Yeah.
right? It's something you have to continually work on. It's I kind of refer to it. It sounds cheesy, but health is a journey. It really is. It's constant. You're just constantly improving, or not improving,
Yeah.
I guess. And I just want to continuously improve. That's my goal.
Yeah.
And mentally, in between my ears, that's the hardest part for me. I think is, I don't know. It's just society today, like especially with women. I feel like it's all about appearance, and something that can really affect your mental health, which can then affect your physical health on top of it. So, yeah, I just would say do it. And I don't know. That's all I have to say. You've been really great to work with, and
Thank you.
yeah, I just appreciate you understanding that sometimes, like, even though it feels like excuses when somebody says they can't do something, you recognize it as their truth, or like that it's true for them, even though it may be an excuse. In that moment, that's their reality, which
Totally.
that was helpful for me, just for you to be really understanding.
Yeah.
Of my personal situation.
Yeah, and like you said, it has to be specific to the person, and in their situation, that is their truth. That is what they're going through in their mind. That is reality, and so then it's about making the adjustments according to their reality, and pushing them a little bit outside their comfort zone, but also being understanding, and approaching it with that patience and compassion, to help them get to their goals. So I appreciate you saying that. That's fantastic. It was a genuine pleasure working with you, and I'm happy that we get to like you said, we know each other outside of the program, so we get to continue to connect and chat, and I get to continue to see your journey as you've built these lifestyle healthy habits to continue on the road to success. So I appreciate you taking the time to share your experience. And as always, if you have any questions or anything, let me know.
Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Chelsea. Have a great day.
You too.